Hey, this is Aaron Shaw with another edition of Coach's Corner. This is your weekly newsletter on some tips and tricks to help you stay as healthy and active as possible. This is brought to you by MoveMend, Rehab and Performance. And today I want to talk a little bit about a first-time journey for me. So most of you know I enjoy exercise and cycling, and now I've kind of gotten into running and weightlifting. And the goal of doing this has really just been to have a wide base of fitness and having a sense of vitality and resilience to life. And I've talked about how with having a wide base of fitness, some cardio, maybe different sports, again, it could be cycling, can be running, could be rowing, hiking, and strength training, you kind of get to be a jack of all trades, master of none. And so for my history, where once upon a time all I did was cycle, I was pretty good at cycling and pretty terrible at pretty much anything else. And now I've really leveled that out. But what I'm doing in about 6 weeks from now is running my first half marathon. So really the way this kind of started out is I was going to run with my wife and kind of designated myself as a pacer. I tend to run a little bit faster than her. And so I was just going to go and root her on. And it turns out she ended up having an injury. And so the safest thing for her right now is to not train for a half marathon. And so I found myself signed up for a half marathon, which I wouldn't have done otherwise. So now I am, I suppose, practicing what I preach and taking my fairly balanced fitness, because I do cycle a couple, once or twice a week, mountain bike specifically. I lift a couple days a week. I've been running sporadically. And so what I'm doing is changing my routine, changing my programming. So my strength training is going down a little bit. What I've decided to do is focus on run-specific strengthening. And that's going to save me some fuel to focus more on running. And so with some intention behind it. So I'm not going to, looking for some amazing result, but I do want to be able to push myself in a half marathon and most importantly, not get injured, maybe even enjoy myself, who knows? So, and then with cycling, I'm still going to continue to do that and really look at that cycling as a nice way to kind of build my cardiovascular fitness, my endurance, without the pounding of running. So how this applies to you is when you are working with a coach and when you're setting fitness goals, really think about having, in a sense, success maybe having a nice wide fitness base, strength training, endurance training, having really good cardiovascular, or at least moderate cardiovascular fitness, moderate strength, and being able to pivot with some forethought, pivot your program to be specific to a specific goal. So again, mine right now is going to be a half marathon, 6 or 7 weeks. This is also seasonal. So think about, for those of you who want to get into or go back to skiing or snowboarding, cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, the exercises and programming that you may do for that may be different in the summertime if you're into cycling or if you just want to do straight up strength training. So keep communicating with your coach, with your physio coach, or for yourself, if you're coaching yourself. Really think about at least 2 months ahead of time, if not longer, to really kind of have your fitness goals on the horizon and being able to kind of reverse engineer to today and how am I going to change things up? How am I going to change my routine up to kind of do something different? So again, for me, it's going to be spending more time running. So I'm going to be running probably 3 days a week, maybe 4 days a week. Right now, I'm still learning how to do this, where I actually just did a brief strength training routine, and I'm going to go out and run some intervals, which is going to be high intensity, but not tremendous duration. Tomorrow I'll have a longer run with no intervals. And so I'm really learning as I go here and trying to, again, practice what I preach, be patient, and see how my body responds to this. Thus far, knock on wood, been pretty good, been thoughtful about my sleep, about my nutrition, and trying to keep things in tune and make sure I don't tweak anything, which is not always my strong suit, even though that's what I preach. So with that, The take-home message today is think about what you want to be able to do physically in the next 2 to 3 months. Communicate that with your coach, or do a deep dive if you're coaching yourself and training yourself, and really make sure that you're going to be able to adapt what your current program is to achieve those goals. And maybe I'll give you another update on my progress over the coming weeks as I work through this balance myself. So if you have any questions about fitness, health, programming, goal setting, please reach out to us. And until then, best of luck with your training.